got history. Got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me.
Hey, how you guys doing? In this video, I'm going to talk about the different historical landmarks located in Visayas. And all landmarks that will be mentioned in this video are approved by the NHCP, or the National Historical Commission of the Philippines. The National Historical Commission of the Philippines is a government agency and responsible for the conversion and preservation of the country's historical legacies. The purpose of the NHCP is to undertake research and publication of the Philippine historical work, educational activities, and personate, restoration, preservation, and conversion of movable and immovable objects of the historical value, and implementation of the National Historic Act of the Philippines. Studying the Philippine history is important because you will know and understand how past shapes and appreciate the present situation of our country and its future. Welcome to the 10 historic sites in our list that can be found in Visayas region. The first in our list is the MacArthur Landing Memorial National Park, commonly known as MacArthur Park. It's one of the latest significant landmarks. It's where the famous bronze statue of General Douglas MacArthur is found, which commemorates his historic return to the island of Leyte on the early afternoon of October 20, 1940. Built along with the statue of the brave general are his landing Filipino companions, then President Sergio Osmeña, General Carlos Romulo, and 4 other soldiers. Because of the park's significance in the history of the Philippines, the same has been declared as a National Historical Landmark in the year 2004. Inscribed on a marble wall in front of the bronze statues of General MacArthur's promise to return, which has been kept in the hearts of all Leteños. Indeed, a well-preserved promise that while it has already been fulfilled, it continues to give hope to the present generation. The park is located at Barangay Candahog, Palo Leyte, which is 3 kilometers away from the town proper. Next on our list is the oldest fort in the Philippines, Fort San Pedro. Built dates back in 1565, it's a military defense structure in Cebu built by the Spanish under the command of Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, the first governor of Captaincy General of the Philippines. It's located in the area now called Plaza Independencia in the pier area of the city. The original fort was made of wood and built after Legazpi and his expedition. In the early 17th century, a stone fort was built to repel Muslim raiders. The structure dates from 1738 and it's the oldest triangular bastion fort in the country. It served as the nucleus of the first Spanish settlement in the Philippines. The Philippine Revolution at the end of 19th century, it was attacked and taken by Filipino revolutionaries who used it as a stronghold. It's amazing that this old structure is standing today. You can enter the museum housed inside the fort where you can find the significant memorabilia, documents, and paintings highlighting the beginning of the Spanish rule in the Philippines. Next is Balay Natesa. The heritage street in Garcar is lined with well-preserved colonial houses, and there is one ancestral house that took us by surprise. On a corner of Santa Catalina Street, a few blocks away from the bustling National Highway stands the Sarmiento Osmeña House, the more properly called Balay Natesa. As referred by the local townsfolk, in Garcar is a Spanish colonial house built on February 12, 1859, owned by Don Roman Sarmiento. Balay Natesa revealed its different layers and opened itself to us. We went to see what's inside an 1859 ancestral house. It took us like a modest house of stone and wood that has been whitewashed with lime. The distinctive feature is in its sloping, slightly upturned roof, similar to that of a Chinese pagoda. The roof still bears original tesa of red clay tiles dating back to 1859 when the house was built. Moreover, the use of the limestone and corals reflected the power and wealth of its owners because the materials are conventionally used only for building churches. Coming right up is Kalantiao Shrine, Bata Aklan. Dato Bindihara, a Kalantiao, a descendant of 10 datos that was Borneo, the one who ruled Aklan, one of the 3 kingdoms in the island during the Greece-Spanish days of Panay Island. In 1433, Bindihara issued was known as the Kalantiao Code, a set of 18 laws that govern his kingdom and his subject. June 1, 1956, acting upon request of Municipal Council of Batan, the Philippines Historical Committee installed a marker in a tract of land near the bay. February 11, 1957, President Ramon Magsaysay approved Executive Number 237. On January 24, 1973, President Ferdinand Marcos signed Presidential Decree Number 105. Truly a historical place worth a shot for a visit. And what are you waiting for? Let's explore and discover the beauty, rich culture, and history of Galantial Shrine in Batanaclan. The Plaza Libertad is a historic plaza located in the heart of Iloilo City proper, the downtown district at the southeastern end of Calle Real. It is where the flag of the First Philippine Republic was raised in triumph after Spain surrendered to Iloilo, her last capital in the Philippines, to the revolutionary forces led by General Martin Delgado on December 25, 1898. The history of Plaza Libertad, the former Plaza Alfonso, is well documented. It was a silent witness to quite a number of events that shaped the history not only for Iloilo but of the Philippines. Today, the place is a relaxing venue in the midst of buzz and traffic of the modern city. Its trees offer a pleasant refuge from the heat of the sun. Its children's playground offer kids a place for entertainment. Its pathways and benches offer people of all ages the space they need for a pleasure stroll or friendly chat. The square is also flanked by some of the city's important landmarks like the San Jose, the Placer, and the City Hall. It's fun to visit this place, especially on Sundays, when it gets filled with people bringing the whole plaza to life. Next is Capiz Church of Santa Monica in Panay, Capiz. Was built in 1884, the church was built under the supervision of Fray Jose Biloso. It was heavily damaged by a typhoon on January 17, 1875, and in July 31, 2001, the church was declared as a national museum. Datong Linganay literally means big bell. It is the biggest kind in Asia, which made up of 70 sacks of coins donated by the townsfolk. The bell measures at 7 feet in diameter and 5 feet in height at 23 pounds. Santa Monica Church, also known as Saral Church, is a Roman Catholic parish church. I would like to invite everyone to witness how beautiful the Santa Monica Church is and how large is the bell. The beautiful architecture, a very quiet place to pray, clean environment, and solemn. The Lopez Heritage House or Masio de Lopez is a national heritage house built in 1928 located at Jaro, Iloilo by an Ilonggo statesman, Don Vicente Lopez, and his wife, Doña Elena. The mansion was named after the couple's eldest daughter, Nelly Lopez, due to its grandiose architecture highlighting the province's aristocratic past. It is regaled as the Queen of Heritage House in Iloilo. During the World War II, the mansion was nearly burnt down, but it survived in one piece. In its lifetime, the house served as a venue for receptions and meetings with Governor Generals of the Philippines, including Frank Murphy and the U.S. President Teddy Roosevelt Jr. Due to its cultural and architectural prominence, the NHCP placed a historical marker declaring it to be a National Heritage House on March 28, 2004. Next is the Church of Loon. The Jesuits established the parish of Loon on June 22, 1753, under the patronage of the Our Lady of Light, locally known as Birhen sa Casilak. It is believed that the first church was located in a downtown called Napo, the town's former center, along the sea. The Church of Our Lady of Light in Loon is the biggest church in Bohol. At the spot of the current church, a chapel was constructed during the term of Fray Manuel de Elizalde in 1753. The town of Loon was named after crystal clear spring water gushing from a crevice in the barangay of Napo. In the Visayan dialect, Loon means to merge, coexist, or live together. In the political history of the province, Loon has always been prominent In the years following the Second World War, well-known Loonans became active participant in charting the development of the province and country as well. This brought prosperous changes to the municipality. I personally would like to visit this church because I love the history and architecture of this place. The Silliman University is a historical site. The campus of Silliman University is a unique and modern Filipino. In 1901, American missionaries founded Silliman University as an elementary school for boys. The school flourished and gradually built itself up until acquired university status in 1938. American and Filipino forces liberated the university from Japanese occupation in 1945. The university went from American to Filipino management soon after the World War II, when Dr. Lewis became the university president in 1953. The Silliman University is a place full of history, so it's feeling that it houses a museum of anthropology. Some of the exhibits date back from 2000 BC. The exhibit includes a variety of objects such as tapestries, ceramics, weapons, and ancient healing techniques, as well as some more recent memorabilia with wide open green spaces and large walkways. The architecture is the American colonial with Filipino flair with a few modern buildings. The unique history of the University of Silliman is enough to make it worth a visit. Last on our list is the Mercado Mansion. Anybody just half awake riding on a jeep or driving a car must immediately have had their eyes pop up by the sight of this house named Mercado Mansion. A heritage house located in Karkar, Cebu, it was declared a heritage house by the NHCP. The house is owned by the Mercado clan, which is an old political family in Karkar. The architectural style of the mansion was called as Bahay na Bato and painted Mediterranean blue and white. The first level of the house may have been originally built in 1880s. The second level of the house was added using hardwood in 1906 based on the design and renovation plan of Don Mariano. It appears as very ornately designed with panels of wood embossed with carvings, pilasters, decorative wooden brackets, and transom with fancy carvings in wood and windows panels made up of copy shells and louvers. The Mercado Mansion is an example of architectural style during the early 19th century and American colonial period. That's the end of our list of the landmarks that can be found in Visayas region. I hope you learned something new and goodbye. Peace.